All right, everyone. Welcome to Flippin' Finn's tie-up session. Right now, I'm at Millsboro in the parking lot where the boat ramp is at Millsboro Pond. So I'm going to jump into the gear. This was a multi-pond episode for Swiggett's Pond and Tumble Mill. I was trying to kind of capture, things that you can do, especially in the off season when you're looking to get into some fishing, and you go to the bait shops and they're like, there's nothing going on. There's always fishing going on in Delaware. You got to be a little bit flexible to participate in some good fishing, but if you do it, you'll be successful. So spots that I didn't hit, which are options in the area too, besides Millsboro Pond, Tumble Mill, and also I was at the Milton Library behind. There's a parking spot there. There's a whole fishing area there. Other options are Cubbage, Haven Lake, Blair's Pond. There's a whole mess of them in Milford, and then Millsboro as well. You got Millsboro Pond, and then you got Ingram's Pond. So I'll just tell you what I was set up with. I got a minnow on a crappie jig. The crappie jig is a 1/16 ounce. It's the green head. And then I was using the weighted floats from these guys, and then some 10-pound leader. This is fluoro, and so we get the measurements for all the measurement guys. So my leader is a little bit more than 20 inches. It could be less or more, and then my float is about 22 from there. So when you're float fishing, you're going to want to adjust the float. If it's not, if you're not getting them at this depth, move that bobber up to see if they're at another depth. So you're going to, if it's windy, allow that bobber to cover water, and try to manage your rods. If you can't manage 2 rods, go down to 1. And what I mean by that, especially when you're bank fishing, you don't want to have your lines getting blown into the grass. The loose line that's not in the water, it'll get blown around. So if that happens, or you're getting a lot of bites, go down to 1 rod. You'll find you'll have more success, hook rate, and less aggravation. But to cover water, if you're not getting the bites, put out 2, so you can fish this area and then fish another area to try and gauge where the bite is, and then you can kind of zone in. It's just like anything with fishing, you trial and error it a little bit. One thing I will say is, usually this time of year, we're in middle of January and it's cold out, usually things are where the spillways are, either above it or below it, so you can fish either way. Try both until you figure out where the bite is. And especially around some cover, if you see a log floating there or some sticks or whatever, try that too. All these spots, you can put a boat in there too. I've done the boat shows on all of those ponds, so we did a multi-pond in one day. Swiggett's and Tumble Mill. And then there's some other spots in there I listed. If you have any questions, just let me know. As always, thank you for joining me. Get out there and flip some fins. go. It's a long, skinny one. Swiggett's Pond now. Tumble Mill, Swiggett's, too. There we go, Tumble Mill Pond. It's a decent little bass. For Delaware, this is pretty good. Get them on back. Largemouth bass show on the bait. Tumble Mill Pond. out, or the traffic, or what? But here you go. Here's one more fish for the camera. Bass show. We got that one pickerel in there, but largemouth bass. Which would you rather do? The pickerel or the bass? I think I know the answer. It's all about a personal challenge today. My very first show ever for flipping fins was on this lake here, Millsboro Pond.